Hello and good day everyone. My name is Umi Umayyah, my metric number 299836. I will start by explaining the introduction of our assignment. Industrial Revolution 4.0 IR 4.0 is changing the world in many ways, especially in the economy, society, education and governance. We choose these two countries because both are strong in technology but they are used a different system. Japan is a developed country with a stable economy and is known as a leader in engineering and technology. On the other hand, China has the second largest economy in the world. It has a strong digital strategy and has made a great progress in reducing poverty and increasing income. So, this comparison will help us understand the strengths, weaknesses, and policy impact on digital transformation in both of countries. Next is general background information about Japan and China. Starting with Japan, Japan is an archipelago in East Asia made up of 4 main islands which is Honshu, Hokkaido, Kyushu, and Shikoku. Around 70% of the country is mountainous, so most of people live in coastal or valley areas. Japan population was about 1 to 6.9 billion, but it has dropped to around 1 to 2.4 million recently. Some of its major cities include Tokyo, Osaka, and Nagoya. Japan has a constitutional monarchy system. The emperor is the head of state, while the prime minister currently is Shigeru Ishiba, was the head of the government. The country is known for its political stability, high level of education, and a strong technology-based economy. Now, for China, China is the largest country in East Asia by both land and population. Its population is about 1.4 billion, but it's also slightly declined by 2.08 million in 2023. China has a one-party system led by Communist Party of China, which is CPC. The current president is Xi Jinping. China is the world's second largest economy, and its centralized government allows it to quickly and efficiently implement large-scale digital policy. That's all from me. Thank you. Now, let's look at socio-economic situation in both Japan and China. Starting with Japan, Japan has a high standard of living and a nearly 100% literacy rate. It has a strong education and healthcare system. However, Japan is facing a serious demographic problem, like a low birth rate and an aging population. In fact, in 2022, Japan recorded the lowest birth rate in 18 years. These challenges may lead to a shrinking workforce and economic slowdown in the future. But on the positive side, Japan is a global leader in automation, robotics, and communication technologies. Now, looking at China, China is still a developing country, but is growing fast in both technology and economy. It is advanced in AI, big data, and 5G, which are helping drive digital transformation in sectors like banking, education, and public services. Some of its well-known tech leaders include Alibaba and Huawei. One of the China's main challenges is the gap between urban and rural development, which creates inequality in access to service and technology.
Next, we move to the international association and regional bloc that Japan and China are involved in. Japan has been a member of the United Nations since 1956. It is contributed to the peacekeeping, humanitarian aid, and sustainable development. Japan is also a major financial donor and frequently serves on the Security Council, promoting peacefully and diplomacy. We move to the Japan in ASEAN. Japan has supported regional stability, especially after the 1997 financial crisis. It helped create the Child Mind Initiative and works with ASEAN in areas like infrastructure, disaster management, and education. Last, we move to the Japan APEC. Japan joined in 1999 and promote free trade and economic cooperation in the Asia Pacific. It is also support innovation, technology, and resilient supply chain, especially in developing economies. We move to the China in United Nations. China has been a member permanent UN Security Council member since 1945. It's played a key role in global peace and development, often stressing sovereignty and non-interference. China also joined peacekeeping mission and support multilateralism. China in ASEAN. For China, cooperation with ASEAN began in the late 1918. Since China strengthened ties through the Child Mind Initiative and its active in trade, infrastructure, and sectoral cooperation with ASEAN. Last one is China with SCO. SCO stands for Shanghai Cooperation Organization that China involved in 2001. Its focus on regional security, political, and economic cooperation. Through the Belt and Road Initiative, China used the SCO to expand its influence and foster stability through multilateral collaboration. Now, I will explain the education system in Japan and China. Japan education system is compulsory education start at the age of 6. Students go through 6 years of primary school, 3 years of lower secondary, and 3 years of upper secondary school. After that, students can continue to the university. One of the top universities in Japan include the University of Tokyo and Kyoto University. The Japanese system emphasizes discipline, moral values, and character building. It also encourages teamwork through extracurricular activity like club and sport. Next, we move to the China education system, which is highly organized and very competitive. The structure starts from preschool, then 6 years of primary school, 3 years of junior high school, 3 years of senior high school. For university, students must take a Goko, which is a very difficult extreme entrance exam. The focus is on science, mathematics, and technology. One of the top universities in China is Tsinghua University and Peking University. China is also developing vocational education and online learning to support the digital economy. Okay, What is digitalization? Digitalization is the process of changing physical information into digital form using computers and the internet or mobile device. Used in areas like government, business, and education and healthcare. Support by providing data for automation and AI. For example, including changing paper file, photos, or recording into PDF, JPEG, MP3, or MP4. The goal is to protect data, make access easier, speed up work, and reduce use of fragile physical material. The benefit is to help us to save time, improve accuracy, lower paper use, and support the environment. However, it needs strong technology and a good digital skill to be effective.
Okay, now I'm going to move to the chronological of the digitization in Japan, which is around 1990 until early 2000. It's early ICT infrastructure strategy development. So, Japan focused on building this basic digital infrastructure to catch up with the global ICT progress. The government created the National Vision for Digital Transformation in Public Administration. So, during 2001, Japan strategy aimed to improve digital service and strengthen ICT health across sector. Okay, so second one, Institute Develop and Data Collection, which is around 2000 until 2010. The government used existing ICT infrastructure to digitize administration processes. Effort focused on sharing data across agencies to improve their coordination. So, the transition digitizing spread tasks to integrating data for better governance and service transparency. The latest one, which is 2018 until now, which is the transformation phase, strategy for investment and development. It's launching the digital government implementation plan, phasing, which is digital first and fully digital procedures. This actually introduced principles like no resubmission of information and one-stop access to multiple service. Another one is establish the digital agency, which is in 2021, is accelerating digital transformation, especially post-COVID. We focus on the inclusive digital education across sector collaboration. Okay, now we're going to move to the chronological of digitization in China, which is late 1990 until early 2000. It's actually for laying the internet foundation, which is the China's government opened the internet access to the public and joined the WTO, which is World Trade Organization, to integrate globally. It actually for good key internet infrastructure like cables, server, and international links. China government also promote internet use initially in the university and research centers, then expanded to the urban communities. It's for support local digital company like NetEase, Tencent, and Alibaba. The second one, the pre-information 2016 until 2018, is actually focused on big data and new infrastructure. In 2015, big data became a national priority with the policy supporting its development and governance frameworks. In 2016, the government launched the Digital China initiative and pushed for AI and IoT infrastructure under the 13th National Information Plan. In 2018, investment in AI, IoT, and industrial internet infrastructure was emphasized during a Central Economic World Conference. Next, 2020 until 2023 is actually for the new infrastructure and digital China expansion, which is the National Development and Reform Commission, formally defined new infrastructure focused on digital transformation and intelligence in 2020. In 2023, the Digital China Construction Plan was released to align domestic and global digital strategies, renamed it as Global Strategy for China Digital Development. It's actually for establish the National Data Administration to manage database and support the ongoing growth of China Digital. Okay, now we're going to move to the latest information about digitalization in Japan. So 2021, Japan actually established the Japan Digital Agency. So the digital agency was created to help the Japan go digital. It connect different government departments and work with the private companies. It manages IT spending, hire digital experts, and help make online service easier to everyone to use. Second one is digital ID and My Number system. So Japan is making a digital ID called My Number. About 45% of people using it now. The plan is to add digital driver license by 2024 and use phone apps to make it more useful in daily service. Okay, now we're going to move to the latest information in China, which is the first one, 2025. China actually established the China's Digital Action Plan. So, China made a plan called Digital China 2025. It focuses on AI, better internet system, data use, and training digital workers. It actually goes include creating a national data market and making digital service better. So, by 2025, China wants to grow its computing power a lot and help small business to go digital. The second one is ICT spending and AI growth in China. China is spending more on technology every year. So, ICT spending will grow by around 10% in 2024 and 2025. AI is being used more in the bank and shop. And actually, digital spending is growing fast and many companies see good results from AI just in 1 year. However, they still have an issue to implement the digital in Japan. Okay, the first one is resistance to change, which is many Japanese workers are used to old ways of working because they find it hard to switch to the new technology or work style. some people doesn't feel comfortable speaking up or adapting to fast digital change. The second one is lack of digital skills. There are not enough people with the right stage skill, so they're supposed to hiring foreigner expert is hard due to the language and culture difference. Training local workers also take a time effort. So the last one is all system and bad data, which is many companies still use outdated computer system. So people often think, if it work, don't change it. So poor data organization make it hard to make decision or do proper planning. Okay, so China is also have a issue or problem to implement the digitization, which is the first one is infrastructure gaps, which is city have the better internet than the rural area. So mountain and remote location make it hard to good digital system. Big money is needed to fix the urban-rural digital divide. Second one is data security and privacy. More digital service means more risk to cyber attack, which is the government needs to spend more in cyber security as well. China also need a better data protection laws that match the global rules.
Now we move to the comparative analysis of digitizations in China and Japan. First, government record digitizations. China has rapidly embraced digital governance by fully digitizing vital records such as household registrations, tax information, and city planning. Many cities have transitioned to paperless service accessible through WeChat government, demonstrating China's strong policy-driven approach. Japan, on the other hand, has taken a slower and more instrumental approach. While the introduction of the My Number ID system was meant to unify administrative process, many procedures still require physical processes and the traditional hand custom. Bureaucracy resistance and deeply embedded administrative system remain obstacle to full digitization in Japan. Next, business work from and document digitization. In China, business from larger corporations like Alibaba to small enterprise has embraced digital tools. Platforms such as DingTalk and Feisu streamline work from HR management, payroll, and contracts, allowing for efficient, paperless operations. In contrast, Japan faced challenges in this area. Despite government incentives, many small and medium enterprises still rely on fax machines and physical documents for transactions. Traditional business practices and digital illiteracy slow down the adoption of modern technology, making digital transformations a gradual process. Third, digitizations in healthcare and education. China has rapidly integrated electronic medical record (EMR) in hospital and expanded online learning platforms like Texas Classroom. Digitizations of vaccinations record during the pandemic further illustrate China's capability in streamlining health service. Japan's progress, however, remains inconsistent. While university and large hospital has adopted digital system, small clinic and school still rely on traditional method. Remote learning was implemented during the pandemic, but infrastructure inconsistency have hindered widespread adoption.
So hi, my name is Yasmina binti Lamdan and my message number is 299901. So I will continue for the next part, which is the comparison between China and Japan in terms of digitization. So the first one is about the legal and ID documentation. So in terms of legal and ID documentation, China has rapidly embraced digital system because they introduced a national digital ID. And now legal procedure like e-filing, virtual hearing and using AI transcription in court are common. So legal professional can handle almost everything online, including signing contract with e-signature. On the other hand, Japan legal system is still very traditional. Paper-based document and physical stamp are still widely used. Although Japan introduced the My Number system to support digital service, but the progress in legal area has been slow and e-signature are rarely used for important documents. So we move to the next one, which is preserving cultural heritage. So in terms of preserving the cultural heritage, China has been very proactive, especially in terms of projects like the National Digital Library and Digital Dunhuang. As we know, Digital Dunhuang has been digitized huge collection of text and art. So with the help of AI and the character recognition, students and scholars can now access China heritage online from anywhere in the world. So on the other hand, Japan is more cautious. While many documents has been digitized by the organization like National Diet Library, Japan still prioritizes preserving the original quality of delicate items. So some material, especially the fragile or the culturally sensitive one, are kept offline. So this approach balance accessibility with preservation. So we're on the last part, which is the conclusion. So as we know, China and Japan both approach digitization in very different way, especially for China. They're driven by strong central authority and rapid implementation and a willingness to take risks. They quickly integrated digital technology across the government, such as education, healthcare, business, and cultural sector. But for Japan, despite having advanced technology, they adopted a bit slower in terms of digital, and they're more cautious because of bureaucratic tradition and hesitation in area like law and small businesses. So these differences show how a country's political structure, cultural value, and development goals shape the pace of their nature on digitization journey.